Their Klassiker ends in disappointment for Borussia Dortmund after they had done so well to keep Bayern at bay, and the comeback was on. I think Dortmund, a lot of Dortmund fans thought they could win it and rectify the situation right at the end, but it was not to be, and Bayern take 3 points away deservedly at the end of the day. But it was a great classic. You know, had so many ups and downs, riveting, fast-paced, very physical game from both teams. And ultimately, Bayern deserved to win because they were the better team and showed more intent. But Dortmund, to their credit, they did, took their performance a notch higher, which they had to do following the Atalanta defeat. Where do we start? I mean, Dortmund were lucky not to concede in the first 10-15 minutes. Then obviously, courtesy of Schlotterbeck, the 1-0 fell. And you could kind of feel like, okay, this could be the moment. The fans exploded into jubilation, and he sort of flexed his muscles, underpinning that he is sort of the Dortmund's primary, maybe perhaps next to Enmecha, primary captain and the guy that everybody can adhere to. But it hurts because, obviously, when Bayern scored and even when Dortmund scored, I knew not to get emotionally invested because I knew there would always be another goal lurking around the corner somewhere. And, that was confirmed by the 5 goals. So I think offensively, great game. Defensively, even on some occasions, you can't argue with the penalty. Schlotterbeck touches him inside the box and he falls to the ground. And then, Harry Kane, as ruthless as he is when it comes to converting penalties, does it in such a cool and composed fashion. And, the title race is over. And I don't think there ever was an argument for a title race, quite frankly. But Dortmund now have come away from this 4-game series with 2 losses, 1 victory and 1 draw, and nothing to show for it. Right now, there's going to be a lot of question marks surrounding Kovac, his future, and the decisions that Kiel has made not to buy anybody in the winter transfer window, because that is speaking volumes right now. Dortmund have, I think, in my opinion, this was one of Dortmund's better games all season, from what I've watched, and even that just goes to show that Bayern on their day are simply unbeatable, and you really need to take your game to the highest of notches if you want to beat them. A lot of bad passes committed by Dortmund. I mean, you look at the individual mistakes, the build-up play. Dortmund were the team that profited from the counter-attack, and set-piece play. Bayern were the team that profited from exploiting the gaps, cutting from the middle, having Kane drop back, distributing the ball on the right, and then cutting in. And I don't know, I think Dortmund can hold their heads high knowing that they only lost to Bayern with a 1-goal margin in both games. So a lot of positives to take from that, but as a whole it's been a massively underwhelming season considering the goals that they laid out at the beginning of the season. Other than that, Svensson played well, obviously gutted for Emre Can. Adeyemi I thought was brilliant player. I wished he would have stayed on. Just because of his pace, he really was always lurking and posing a threat to Bayern's defence. Bayern deservedly won, and they're champions of the Bundesliga and probably the DFB Pokal, and we'll see if they can manage the triple. But fair play, we were treated magnificently in this Klassiker. Great game, and great for the neutral fan. Obviously gutted for Dortmund, but it's important at that same time to not let the flow of results, the goals, dictate your emotions, and that's what I've learned. There we go.